Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. No importa la hora que sea, siempre es un gran momento para aprender español con Profesor Pablo. All right, we have an easy lesson today, but all these lessons, big or small, are critical to learning Spanish and learning everything about Spanish that we need to know to be able to fill in the gaps where we're lacking in knowledge and ability. So, today's lesson is the only, like the only house on the street that blah, blah, blah. The only tickets left for the concert cost $500 each. The only. Now, if you want to say the only one, or the only ones, it's either el único or la única, los únicos or las únicas. Okay? Let's say you're talking about los boletos, and you're talking about, yeah, the only ones left cost more than $1,000. Los únicos que quedan cuestan más de $1,000, like a Taylor Swift concert. The only ones left. Los únicos que quedan cuestan más de $1,000, cost more than $1,000. The only ones. Los únicos and las únicas are the only ones. El único or la única is the only one, singular. Now, if you want to put it with a noun, which we do very commonly, boleto, ticket, razón is reason, persona, person, oportunidad, opportunity, posibilidad, possibility, sitio, site or like venue, problema, problem, explicación, explanation, libro, book, edificio, building, ciudad, city, oferta, offer, carro, car, universidad, university, escuela, school, hospital, hospital, and ley, law. Now notice I didn't put the L or the law in front. I was kind of hoping that you would be able to figure out a lot of these, but let's do it right now. It's el boleto, but the reason is la razón, la razón. Persona, obviously la persona. Look at this, oportunidad, posibilidad, ciudad, and universidad. Any word that ends in DAD in Spanish is feminine. Learn that, it's feminine. La oportunidad, la posibilidad, la universidad, and la ciudad. All words that end in DAD are feminine as well. Any word that ends in ción, C-I-O-N, with an accent on the O, is feminine, okay? That's going to help you. Let's move on. El sitio. Now, problema ends in A, but most words that end in MA, we're going to find out, are of Greek origin, and they are masculine. So it's el problema. That's why we say, what is the problem? We say, ¿cuál es el problema? Literally, which is the problem? Of the many problems in the world, right? ¿Cuál es el problema? ¿Verdad? What is the problem? We say what in English, but in Spanish we don't say ¿qué es el problema? We say ¿cuál es el problema? Understanding that there are many problems, which is the one we're talking about here. El problema, la explicación, el libro, el edificio, la ciudad, la oferta, an offer, like on a real estate offer. El carro, la universidad, la escuela, school, el hospital, and la ley. La ley is the law. La ley es la ley. La ley es la ley. The law is the law. Alto en el nombre de la ley. Stop in the name of the law. Alto en el nombre de la ley. How about that song? Is it the Supreme? Stop in the name of love. Alto en el nombre del amor. Anyways, back to our lesson. Let's say the only ticket, el único boleto. The only reason, la única razón. The only person left, la única persona que queda. The only opportunity, the only chance, la única oportunidad. The only possibility, la única posibilidad. The only venue, the only site, el único sitio. The only problem, el único problema. The only explanation, la única explicación. The only book, el único libro. The only building, el único edificio. The only city, la única ciudad. The only offer, la única oferta. The only car, el único carro. The only college, the only university, la única universidad. The only school, la única escuela. The only hospital, el único hospital. and the only law that's important here. La única ley, que es importante aquí, la única ley. Now let's go plural. Let's say the only tickets. Now it's either going to be los únicos or las únicas in front. All right, let's go here plural. The only tickets, los únicos boletos. The only reasons, las únicas razones. In the plural, we drop the accent mark. Las únicas razones. The only people, las únicas personas. The only opportunities, the only chances, las únicas oportunidades. The only possibilities, las únicas posibilidades. The only venues, the only sites, los únicos sitios. The only problems, los únicos problemas. The only explanations, las únicas explicaciones. The only books, los únicos libros. The only buildings, los únicos edificios. The only cities, las únicas ciudades. The only offers, las únicas ofertas. The only cars, los únicos carros. The only colleges, las únicas universidades. The only schools, las únicas escuelas. The only hospital in the city, el único hospital en la ciudad. And the only law, la única ley is singular. Let's go plural. Las únicas leyes, plural. The only hospitals, los únicos hospitales. Now some of these work better singular, they're more common than they are plural. And I think we saw that when we did the examples. Okay, so how do you say the only plus noun? Well, it's either el único, la única, los únicos, or las únicas, and they must agree with the noun that you're talking about. How do you just say the only one by itself? It's either el único or la única. How do you say the only ones by themselves? Would be either los únicos or las únicas. Like you say, the only day I have off this week. El único día que tengo libre esta semana. The only movie that I want to see. La única película que yo quiero ver. The only time that I remember. La única vez que recuerdo. So that's how you say the only. The only could either be one of four. Depends on what you're talking about. But if you want to say the only one, it's either el único or la única. The only ones, plural, los únicos or las únicas. Again, the only tickets left, los únicos boletos que quedan. The only reason, la única razón. The only people, las únicas personas. The only person, la única persona. Okay, simple lesson. That'll do it. Okay, gracias. Hasta la próxima lección. Tengan un gran día. Nos vemos pronto. We'll see you soon. Hasta luego.